How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Some motherfucking beautiful event going on, is it not?
Word.
Man, everybody coming up here, man. I feel like going live. There were hammers in my cradle, which made some people scared to check on me. Because God would have a devil, and State Street would have a resurrection, and I would be a menace. Menace to veins. Veins that the city protects with precinct flesh. You know, people actually work and marry here. The sun actually comes up. Have you heard the one about ghetto dwellers? Bang, they all done. But look what the heathen drug in. What is that, my brother? Who is that, your son? Have you heard the one about last names? Did you know that late night talk is the car door to the soul? I don't think we've been here before. In some type of criminal heaven, controlling every headlight for miles. If the journey has pain, it's the way I came. My name is on this seat. Royalty among moms would be my right hand. Or it'd be a brand new hammer. Or wolves traveling at the speed city's end. Interpretations of shot men. You know, hands are the only place souls are actually found. And fists get a road trip too, baby. You should mind me. Or maybe I paid too much attention to this black coat as I was growing up in a wrong lit room. At least the walls were nice, guys. At least I had this seat. At least I got this ocean when her words freeze and central time is up. When my family relapses into suicidal neighborhoods, it can't depend on me. When black children are sad. When there are guns everywhere. When death is here and I'm a new kind of nearsighted. And she's a new kind of lovely death is. Rights of front yard passes. People getting beat up, man. I'm not paranoid enough. You got a taste for violence. I've winked at 3 funerals. The Lord gave his only begotten temper to me. Death knows me by nickname. I call her nothing cute. Lord, let me see the enemy in my circle. Let me see that the enemy is my circle. Let my circle kill me. Let me not stay dead. I remember who I am down to the street sign. Streets pass my life back and forth. Pass me other gambling jokes and cigarettes, and here I am thinking this is what you call driving at night. Or this is what you call 35 miles away, freeway and all smeared all over the city. Tell me, how do you write letters with a building on top of your head? With a building feasting on you. With 1,000 backs turned to your kids. Without her subtle gesture to interpret. In the middle of a backfired resurrection with a president who is out to kill you. We only got one gun to speak of. Still, we sleep good in August, and nobody talks back in traffic. Interestingly, Handsome Bastard had to match a violent song. I mean, I'm like a hi-hat on its own. Motherless, though less of a child. Projectiles become tires. Choir suck down liquor. 5 floors become audience for a dancing killer. You just a dancing killer. Mid-water walk. Outline all over the state. I've seen a bullet become a cheapskate. Bodies in a bargain. Handsome but hardened. Prison era. Spanish cells. Black as well. Run tell about my level. And what you seen me do to water. And what you seen me do to men. The last of a dying group of friends. Should another city end.
Nice.
Yeah. You can tell by my tires that not everybody who is driven with me is still alive. Also that I like my drinks neat bottled and in a bus stop. Also that we drowning in precinct paper, department store floor plans and applications to the moon. We can change the color of our snot from gifted to heart attack. Tell you about some ashes, but where are all these angels coming from smelling like the cigarette that fails? And why is the man on the safe side of these headlights freezing up? I tell him, if you got nothing to say at my funeral, I'll speak on your behalf. The heroin in my smile, a mountain made of flatland robbery among some things on my mind. The last store run in the name of shared afterlife, Friday to the filter. I'm a tall tale on earth, but here's to that angel that never appeared to America. And a night of dog paddle and a batch of hangovers looking for a home. A liar wouldn't have lived this long. That's my humor when fences speak. Holding a pair of rambling dice that got unique tempers and young souls and say, shut up about our city. Here, tidal waves crash over a coast. Up Mississippi sleeve, the streets' teeth are in pieces. There's Reservoir Arc on the faces of stragglers. There's sad news from back home that mean I gotta grow up on his behalf. I stumble back to cars full of last stand. I mean, the truth is stale, but still liquor. Mission Street would be proud of me. I'm a mural man, almost organized. Remember when my lungs would wake up laugh, walking all morning if it was worth it, baby? I'm 3 decades home. And Reservoir Arc is all I ever see. And I'm 2,000 miles from my first fight. Maybe no one really survived. Maybe I wrote my first poem for no reason. Wow. From a 2-floor Skyline and abandoned house, talk to me. It said, young man, you are heroic and 10 years old. Among 20 generations of friends, friends will free fall away, free fall up, free fall the walls with 5th grade speed to industrial paint. Behind secondhand fences, young men use quick knife tones, be bone and brass, be last laugh music. You are always leaving. Always want to change your clothes from the door of life and escape. 2-floor Skyline says you the guy that dies in the middle. The friend more bruised than skin. The face that cheap hotel schizophrenics can place with 90 mile per hour right eyes among dry heat killers, once children, 3 feet high and roaming and repeating and aiming at cotton mirrors that hang and breathing walls. You are 10 years old, tagging along, yawning at well-lit violence, whistling tool shop songs. Shit, you will be useful. You will be high and alone. Flying on a nephew dragon from a $20 family in a sky that calls itself just more soil. Around walls that are just walls, except these walls suggest you make wives out of highs and currency. Here the air is polite to sleepy glass and bullying walls. Young man, you will come to admit that sometimes suicide is power. Some people live stronger as ghosts. And sometimes the afterlife empties billions of souls into objects like playground bullets and abandoned door frames. Even broken glass will prove it has voice too. There are 24 hours behind your back. Look over your shoulder right now, can you hear it? The sound of drums punching themselves out. The sound of piano parts learned in between assassination attempts. Be bone and brass. Shit, be bone enough for 2 souls. Be invincible again. Suffer red-eyed accents, professional fingertips, gifted victims, 6 in the morning beer, the first month of probation, to shout at the wall, see these words, it shouldn't be home, look behind you again, be invincible again, be windward, be a sad machete, but be our son, be a thief, still in back, laugh too long, and never look away, the afterlife will empty and walk you home. Guided by teeth goes the country. And there's a cow's mouth on the flag. A peculiar notepad holds street light dear, but the writer's not here. He's somewhere talking to tombstones about the good old days, or splashing reborn water on his latest face, or wondering how his old gun is doing in the afterlife. Wondering how much death trap is in those gas station aisles. There gotta be $1 million a day on this concrete island. New engine in the moon where it never goes down. I mean 72 straight hours of night, at least according to everybody's posture around here. 8:30 in the morning is really 30 minutes to closing. You see, the city shuts down for a sleepy rat race. Elevators shoe shuffle to the nearest heaven, laughing with rats the whole way up, man. Scabs everywhere. In puddles of city, in concentrated schools, in TV-lit warm rooms, the light reveals military fatigue when it hits just right on the ties that are wrapped around the necks of lazy white guys. Empire is too easy, baby. Chanting the walls all summer if you feel like it. Best way for a target to move is shooting back. Running for a tree line made of freeways. Wisdom says against the war machine on Tuesday, you stand no chance. But may we be the last poor men to play it safe. Cow's mouth on the flag. Politician raises his hand and the crowd shows their teeth. Oligarch raises his hand, little girls are not safe outside. You are all high, depressed, and comrades in function. 15 minutes to closing, and the city has survived another rebellion. Stay there. We just paying dues by transfers, not just anybody can say. Don't you love how deadly things whisper in the moment and men kill like feathers fall while everybody's screaming inside? The writer knows that death is not a matter of dignity, rather human. In a house that fucking smells like roach races. Nuclear percentages on torn stoves. I mean, here life never was. Just lazy matches and manic inhumanity, hands rushing away from life toward stoves. What we doing here? Surviving. For no reason in particular. See, nobody's gone far today. Nobody will go far tomorrow. Trust me, hell and heaven cannot count. Strange gardens where secondhand clothes play, and that concrete wants to be human so that it could be a cannibal, where they find you drenched, and drains wish to be human so that they could be worthy arms for you to die in. Greet them all, grandson. Prepare for the day when every child is common. Don't say we ghosts didn't write you a poem. Don't say we didn't dig your life. Remember the shotgun by the coat rack that everybody in the house knows how to use. Remember the tightrope made of needles for walking in between driveways and man-made best friends. Go ahead, grandson, tune the street again. Never mind this country kills musicians first. Broken neck nights, score neck life. If these walls could write lyrics, they say, what's your angle, angel eyes? 30 to 50 rounds pass by on a street with no daughters. This street has no sons, just young prisoners of war in a racist city that means to make capital, and we know so much. We know it all. We were stood against walls. Who's on the third cross around here? Shit, cows now. Salivating over the street. And that is the story of why we aim at teeth. Thank you. Alright, so, you know.
You know what about the 50-year-old rapper?
The first black rapper in 50 years? Man, they put him to death, brother. Man, I got a new book, man. Woo! You know, fuck with me.
Done.
One of them ones.